Many are schooled, few are educated, right? And it's Joseph Michael here. And in this video, right, what I want to share with you is, you must have heard this whole misconception: school is a scam, school is scam. Those kind of narratives, right? Like stupid narratives, right? So basically, in this video, what I want to do is to help you understand, right, what school is and what education is, right? These are two very different things. And by the end of this video, if you're one of those people who probably you're in school or you're thinking about dropping out or you're thinking about doing something stupid, right? Or you have a wrong narrative about education or what your education should do for you or what your school should do for you, then you're going to have a better understanding and you're going to have clarity. So I think the very best place to start, right, where I like to start is by helping you define what school is, right? So, for me, right, I like to define school as an environment, right, where learning is possible, an environment of learning. By the way, you could learn anywhere basically, right? But school for me, like, I like to define it as a controlled environment for learning, right? Controlled because you're given selected things, you're given selected options of the things that you can actually learn, right? So those things are controlled. Your curriculum is controlled. The things that your school actually allows you to do or allows you to learn to an extent, right? In the aspect of curriculum now, it's quite controlled, right? But it is quite different from education, right? Education is not the same as school. Education doesn't necessarily have to do with being confined in a physical environment or that kind of a thing. I like to define education like one of my mentor does, right? He says that education is the ability of the human spirit to observe his environment, right? To question it deeply enough in order to understand the options that are available to him and which one to embrace as a matter of supreme urgency, right? So that is how he defines education. And by that definition, there are so many people who are schooled but they are not educated, and you just might be one of them, right? Now, what are some of the indicators of an educated person? What are some of the indicators of someone who is not just schooled, someone who was actually able to dip himself into that place of education, right? But before I delve into that, one of the things I want to help you to understand is the purpose of your school, right? Now, your school was not, it's not a system that was created to help you pass exams and all of that. No, right? One of my mentors actually, he said something about school that it is a place that inspires you to learn. Now, if you're in the university, right, and you miss out on this, you're at a disadvantage in life already. Serious disadvantage. When you're in university, you need to understand that it is a place that is created to inspire you to learn, not necessarily a place where you go and to get good grades and all of that. It's a place of inspiration to learn. So your lecturer teaches you, your classmates, these are all instruments of inspiration, right? The things you see around you in your school environment, these are things that should actually inspire you, for you to learn, for you to want to get better, right? And that is the whole bottom line of the school system, right? Now, I don't want to go into the whole, into how the school system has been adjusted, the whole Parisian model and all of that, right? How that many of us are actually trained to become employees. I don't want to go into that. That is not the purpose of this, but I'm talking about you. School is not a scam. School is an environment that should inspire you to learn, that should trigger your curiosity. Which brings me back to one of the hallmarks of someone who's educated. One of the hallmarks of someone who's actually educated is their ability to stay curious. Now, in the ongoing series, The Virtues of Advantage, I spent about over an hour, right, to go deep into the 5 types of curiosity. If you see anybody, listen to me carefully, if you see any person who is not curious, who does not exhibit some certain level of relentless curiosity, understand that the person might be a student, the person might have gone to school, but the person is not educated. An educated person has, one of the traits of an educated person is their ability to exhibit relentless curiosity. Now, what's relentless curiosity? It is that curiosity that begins to help you to invent things. It's the highest level of curiosity anyway. Okay, so there are 5 kinds of curiosity, right? 5 types. So we have the passive curiosity, we have the active, we have the strategic, we have the fearless curiosity, and we have the relentless curiosity. Right? So what you find is that people who are educated live at the strategic, fearless, and relentless curiosity. That is what education does to you. It helps you to live in that level of curiosity. Stay strategically curious, fearlessly curious, relentlessly curious. This is how it's played. So when you're in the school system and all you do when your lecturer gives you a test or an exam is go do copy and paste. Of course, I also understand that there are some lecturers who would want you to do copy and paste because they want to be sure that you actually fucking bought their handout. Well, that's that, right? But if all you do as a student, right, is to do copy and paste, you're given an assignment, you're given a project, you do copy and paste, it means you're not educated. What you're doing is that you are relegating your cognitive capacity, your ability to question things. And when you are unable to question things in life, what happens? You become gullible, right? So a gullible person is someone many times who is unable to question things. When you're gullible, you can be played by the system. The system can game you and you can do nothing about it. So curiosity is a fucking important. It's so important. You cannot say you're a curious person. You're an educated person without being curious. It is not possible. All the greats that you know in the world are curious people. Elon Musk, Dangote, all of these guys, all of the people that you respect and you honor, they are curious people. So what am I trying to say? Do not be that student who thinks school is a scam. School is not a scam. If you're in school, you are in that school for a reason. You are in the school for the purpose of being inspired to learn. And your ability to seize that opportunity, because you will not always be there, right? You will not always be there. Your ability to seize that opportunity, to teach yourself how to stay inspired, how to be inspired to learn, how to be inspired to search for knowledge, how to be inspired to be curious, how to be inspired to want to know more. If you lose that aspect of your life, if you lose out on that, I can tell you for free that you are at a serious disadvantage in life already. So if you're in school watching this, understand, school is not a scam. First of all, it is not a scam. It is a controlled environment that has been created for you to inspire you to learn. But education, on the other hand, is what you give to yourself. School is what the system gives to you. Education is what you give to yourself. It is what you put inside of you. There's a third level which I don't want to go to anyway. It's called revelation. But understand, school is the environment that was created for you. And education is the environment you create for yourself. For yourself. Revelation is what is given to you. It's what is given to you from above, right? Understand that. But even revelation many times will not even come without the education, because education, one of the things it does is to trigger curiosity. And with curiosity comes insight. With curiosity comes insight. So understand. So embrace education at the highest level. Embrace education. Be that person, right, who stays curious. Be the person who stays at the energy of curiosity, at the energy of fearless curiosity. Don't be afraid to question the things that your lecturer shares with you. When they teach you something, go back home and do your own research. In the forex market, there's something called DYOR. Do your own research. Don't just take what people tell you. Do your own research. Don't be mentally lazy. I tell young people, when you hear things from people, it's okay to learn from others, but learning from others is not a substitute for you to put your cognitive capacity to sleep. It's okay to learn from Joseph Michael, but when you hear things from Joseph Michael, go back and do your own research. Go back and learn as well. These are the things that are going to make you stand out. When I hear things from people, I go back to do my own research. I go back to learn more. I go back to compare the things that they have taught me, the things that I have learned from them. Some of the things that we are seeing in this world, the innovations we are seeing in this world, I share in the virtues of advantage, curiosity. Some of the innovation, in fact, there is no significant innovation in this world, in the world that we live in, that was not bettered from education that came from a place of curiosity. There is none. Is it the electric bulb? Is it the train? Is it oil, the refinement process? What exactly do you want to talk about? Is it the telephone? Is it the internet? What exactly are we talking about? So understand, Curiosity, like my mentor will always say, is the mother of all invention. So if you're a student, your goal should be to remain to be in that energy of curiosity. That should be your goal. Remain in that energy of it, right? Stay there. Curiosity is your advantage. Curiosity is your advantage. So don't just stop where every other person stop. Because where every other person stop, if you stop where every other person stop, that means you will get the result that everybody gets. And guess what? That's where the masses are. That's where the large number, those are the bottom of the pyramid, they stay. But your ability for you to put things in your head, question those things that are around you, and be able to define how they should exist next and what options to embrace is what is going to separate you. This is supposed to be a very short video anyway, so I'm going to stop here. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, right? And I'm going to try as much as I can to respond to them, right? If you've not been subscribed to my channel, click on the links right on this video, subscribe. And I'm actually on a series right now called The Virtues of Advantage, right? Where I'm sharing characteristics, traits from top performers, successful people, right? That I know, that I have noticed, right? And how you can imbibe them as well as I do, of course, right? So look around. There's a playlist titled The Virtues of Advantage. Go through it. I did one on curiosity. I'm doing some more so you can learn more on that, right? So I'll see you in the next video. Joseph Michael signing out. Talk to you soon.